It's interesting to me that there's a big scene that involves an action sequence that involves her killing people.
Yeah.
And you chose to adopt a video game point of view. Could you explain what was going on there?
That one, every action sequence I try to do differently. I think action I don't want to sound horribly arrogant, but I think Hollywood has stopped filming action in an exciting way. They all just do handheld, shake the camera around, quick cutting, no idea of who's doing what. So I thought that I want to put narrative in there, I want to put emotion into it, and I also want to put geography so you get what's going on. And at the same time, I thought, you know what, I've got I think 5 key action points in the movie, and I thought, you know, lots of films, once they've decided what their style of action is, they just do it the same way again and again and again. So I thought, why don't we, say, let's make each action sequence different, and hopefully get more and more exciting. Because that's the other thing with a lot of films, they go, wow, look at this, you go, that was great, and then you're sort of a bit, you're going, come on, build up.
Because there is you obviously saw that there's a kind of video game response in the audience. So you
definitely.
must have consciously understood that.
Well, came from I did a lot of research on what the latest SWAT and some Navy SEALs techniques are, and I found out, I got all their equipment, and they have these night vision goggles that you have a little light on now, which the computer says night, day, because when you put them on, it's crystal clear. It's like you can be in a pitch black room and you think it's daytime. And then they showed me the strobe thing, which I got into an argument with a lot of the crew members saying, "Oh, that little thing, what are you talking about?" So we were in a dark room, put on the strobe, and I said, "Okay, guys, hit me," and no one could touch me because it's so disorientating. So
That's cool.
So that's where that stuff came from. But then with the video game, this movie is, I wanted to. I feel weird because now I'm not exactly the youngest guy on the block anymore. But I just felt movies aren't being made. In England especially, there's not a new generation of filmmakers that are sort of making films that reflect what the largest audience do. And what I loved about the comic, it was about YouTube, MySpace,
absolutely,
video games. It was all about how they talk and think. And I thought, movies and pop culture is about reflecting what's going on in the world, and you both flip and flop off each other. And there's been a lot of the movies, they just feel so tired. That's why I love District 9. When I saw District 9, I was like, wow, what a film. It blew me away more than Avatar, to be frank. When I saw Avatar, the 3D technology was great, but the film felt very old-fashioned. The actual, if you looked at it in 2D,
fair enough.
But it was still a hell of an achievement and a huge success. But it's District 9 blew me away when I saw it.
So when you said you went back and did reshoots for 10 days of reshoots, that occurred before you saw the movie after Comic-Con?
Yes, before then. Yeah, no, the reshoots were mainly, because I still haven't figured out how to really get second unit to work, because and there was a few sequences which I wasn't there, so I couldn't oversee it, and then
you weren't happy with it.
They were sort of falling into what I didn't like about, because then I realised, second unit director, their job is just to get that stunt on camera and that the emotion goes, and so I just wanted to do that.
So some of the tricky stuff has to do with taking the intimate scenes, the sort of romance, the real kids, and then marrying that with this sort of fantasy, and then merging everything into something that is believable in your climax. And that's the part that was quite you were going back between laughter and intense emotion, and then intimacy.
Yeah, my rule was, first of all, keep it real, and then keep it intimate, real, then have so it puts me off probably more than you, so keeping it real and keep the narrative strong, and then the humor was always, could we get away with it? If I felt we could, I would say a joke, but that was the least important thing to me was the humor, because the humor is being funny is your sort of get out of jail card, and once you get it tense enough, humor, you can make someone laugh because they need that release for a second, and then you carry on.
When you made the deal with Lionsgate, was there a sequel built into it?
They have an option to negotiate on the sequel.
Have they tried to do that yet?
Yeah, I won't actually. I'm driving everyone nuts because everyone's saying we've got to do a sequel. I was like,
Well, you set
I
it
don't
up
wanna,
pretty clearly.
Yeah, what?
The
Yes,
elements are
we
there.
set it up, and I'd love to do one, but I don't want to tempt fate. I just said, if the film's a hit, then I'll think about it. It's just, I got, as you said, Stardust was, we did so well internationally, and we got destroyed in America, and so I just don't like to tempt fate. I just thought, you know what, let's see how it does. If it does well enough, I mean, we had so much fun making it, and the kids would all want to do it again, and there's a long way. I mean, I think our ideas, the journey for Hit Girl now, because I love the idea that now she learns that killing is bad, and all so sort of like T2, where the Terminator suddenly doesn't want to kill anyone anymore. It's that,
I'd like to see that happen. That would
no,
be good.
her arc is becoming is adjusting normally, so there's so many, because you can't, there's no point trying to do the shock horror version of Hit Girl anymore, because it'll just look contrived. For me, it would be far more interesting seeing her saying, I won't kill anyone anymore, and seeing her get her first boyfriend and kick ass to either maybe getting jet. We've got lots of ideas how to.
You don't
do
have
something
anything
totally
written
different.
yet?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Cool.
very much.
Great.